Hi guys, it's me, Little Miss Bloodworth, and today we are continuing our Bloodworth Zoo and making our first pen. Now, here I'm just adjusting the D because I just didn't like when you came into the zoo, you couldn't actually really see it. So that is what I'm intending to do. But for today, I just wanted to chisel out a bit of land and really make something look pretty. And I'm thinking for lions, so hopefully I can get that done. Here though, I am just so happy with how well this all looks, and I just can't wait to continue the designing aspect of it. I'm just going to put in a couple more benches and some lights and finish off this area just that little bit more so it looks complete for the guests when they arrive, especially when I put my first animal down, and I am really hoping it to be a lion. So further ado, let's find our spot, and I'm thinking behind these rocks because it's close to where the staff path is and it is close to where the people path is, I guess. So I'm raising the land just so that I can have an area that can just overhang over the lion pen and maybe create like a sleeping area for them, covered in rocks, and just really beautify this whole area. Next, I'm just gonna hollow out some of the land. I find that the pens look good when they are deeper into the ground because it means I can then build out an area for the people to go underground and actually look right into the pen. And I believe I am going to do that after this. But I just want to make a large space so that they can roam, and if they do have offspring, they have a lot of room too. And it's beautiful. I love it. Lions are definitely one of my favourites, but I think, as I've previously stated before, orangutans are the best. So recently I went to Twycross Zoo, and in their area, in their zoo, there is a new monkey enclosure, and inside it looks like a jungle, and it is amazing. And I've never seen that before, but I suppose the last time I did go to Twycross was about 4 or 5 years ago with my dad. So being able to maybe replicate that in here will be amazing. So I am thinking of doing a giant indoor monkey section that has chimps, orangutans, bonobos, all the lot. Also, whilst there, they have this really nice walk with lemurs area, and I really would like to do something like that too. So all these zoos are just such an inspiration for me, and I would love to do that. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna get inspired by other zoos and what I love and just put it into this build, because I'm gonna work my socks off to do this. If you guys have any suggestions or anything you want me to introduce into my zoo, please suggest and put them into the comments. I'd love that. Also, if anybody wants me to put any of their designs from the workshop in, that would be amazing, because I may be a creative person. I'm on a design craft course, so I do have the creativity. I can get a bit stumped sometimes, so just being able to do this and just chill out is awesome. So the next colour business I'm doing right now is making the indoor walk section for the people, and I loved doing this. It looks like I've seen quite a few other people have done this before, and I've done it previously in my other zoos, so I want to give this a go again. I did struggle a little bit with the way the land just didn't flatten properly for me, and then the roof, there was just this part of the roof that just wouldn't go up, so I just had to stick with it, cover it up with a couple of boards, and it was fine. But I do like adding the railing here, though I will eventually cover it up, but it works. Just love it. So next I'm just going to add some big windows. I did struggle a little bit to find what windows worked well, but eventually I got a stone just whole wall, lined that around a couple of times, put some glass in, decorated it with some rocks and beams, and it looked great. And I was quite happy with that actually in the end. It worked really well. So I hope you guys like it, because I definitely do. As well as that, I wanted to make the back wall just not solid rock, so I will eventually put some wood paneling down just to kind of like beautify it a little bit, and just a lot of other things. I must admit, I did struggle here with all the snapping. It just was driving me up the wall. But eventually I got there. But as much as the grid alignment is amazing, if you have a curved path like I do, it was really hard to kind of work around that. But there are, in the settings, tools so you can actually change them around. And I think eventually I did figure that out. But here I'm just trying to find what best type of glass I had, and once again I was struggling with the snap. It was just annoying me, but eventually I realised the line to surface needed to be unclicked, and I think something else needs to be unclicked, and then I was able to just go for it and do it. But it worked nicely in the end, but I did want to just spruce it up a little bit more, so I eventually just lined it up completely with rocks, made it look pretty. And I think by the end of this, I think I do kind of regret not decorating the inside a bit more, but I will. I'll come back to it and just finish it off a little bit. But I added all the necessary stuff for the lions, their enrichment, their toys, their feeders. So before next episode, I'll probably just finish off a little bit and show you guys around what I've actually done, and then I'll be able to just do it. And if you guys want me to do anything different, or you love what I've done and would like to put it in a different pen, just go ahead and say, because your feedback is so worth it. I know I haven't been on YouTube for like 5 years now, and I'm coming back out of the blue, but after getting a pretty decent PC earlier this year, I've been able to actually record and do some work and just enjoy myself, whereas my previous computer, you couldn't enjoy yourself. It was bad, so bad. I would play with my friends and they would all be able to get on modded Minecraft, and there's me like, guys, I'm stuck on 1 out of 7, I can't get on. Oh my god, I'm gonna rage, and that is what I did most of the time. I think the only thing I could actually get on was Terraria. But now that I have this new PC, which I'm so happy to have, I'll pop a picture in the video. It's amazing. I love it. It's great. So much to say about it, really. But if you guys ever really want to invest in gaming or just a decent PC, it's worth the money, 100%. Especially when I use like a lot of Photoshop, SolidWorks, KeyShot, and a lot of high-def games. It's worth it. But yeah, enough about that. Let's carry on back at the build. So here is, I'm doing the wood paneling like I said I would. Just, filling in the gaps here and there. You can definitely see where that bit of ceiling was getting on my nerves. So I'm just trying to hide it as much as I possibly can with wood paneling and just making it look nicer. And I think I'm going to decorate again with stones, just to make it look more natural and not so carved. Because I chiseled it out and it's very, very triangular in areas. So I just kind of want to make that work. I think, not in this episode, but maybe in another episode, I will decorate more of the paths for the people and the surrounding areas, because at the moment that top bit is just not really looking great. But I am thinking of maybe creating like a rounded viewing platform, or maybe like a little restaurant up there, like the Lion restaurant or something, or the shops. But I think that would just be worth it, so much better than what it actually looks like. And yeah, I can't wait. But this is my first time actually doing the zoo properly, not getting blueprints, just bringing those in and being like, boom, there's an enclosure. I really want to work on it myself and actually do them properly. And I feel like I need to section my zoo out. So if anybody has any ideas on how I can do that, it would be great. But I am thinking this part that I am currently doing, very like African-esque, hopefully. So I've got the lions and a couple other things, maybe the antelopes and whatnot in this area, making it a bit more sandy, orange, those kind of colours to like make it really look like the area. And then I'd quite like to have like the East Asian area with the pandas and the Chinese pangolins, just as much as I possibly can. I just really want to beautify the whole place and just make it my zoo. But as I previously said, from like Twycross, West Midlands Safari Park, all these other places that I've been to only in the UK, because I don't really go out anywhere else, not at the moment especially, I'm going to use them as my inspiration. Because who doesn't love a bit of inspiration? Every artist has to be inspired by something, and that's what I'm going to do. So here I am trying to cover up my grey patches as well with rocks and some wooden beams, just to decorate the inside, make it look a bit more actually like it's part of the scenery. And by doing that, I just use so many rocks. I'm gonna go rock crazy with this, guys. There's no turning back, just rocks everywhere, and plants and trees. You'll notice when I decorate the pen later, I do go a little bit mad with the weeds at the back by the water, but I think they look good, so I ain't complaining. And these were the lions, so why not? But here I'm kind of blocking up the rest of the walls as well with just some stone, because I just didn't like the way I carved, as I've said earlier. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going to spruce that up a bit more. Now I'm just putting the necessary stuff inside, the donation troughs, the 2 information boards. Though I will probably put one of the proper TV screens up so that you can actually see it about the lions properly. But for now, I'm just decorating. I put all of the necessary things in it afterwards, mainly for the fact that they're just little jobs that I can do, and I don't necessarily need to record it, as you guys might just find it boring, because it's quite time consuming making these things. But as much as I love it, I don't think you guys want to just be bored to high hell over it. But yeah, now that I have pretty much finished decorating it, I do kind of wish I did the barrier when I do it first, because the barrier stuck out and I really struggled to kind of cover it up without people being obstructed of the view. And the same with putting the staff path down as well. Earlier, that just kind of drove me up the wall trying to put that in. But here, as you can see, I do end up going through the rocks at the front, and I didn't really want to do that. But in the end, I just did, and it happened. Though I think I might stick with the theme when it comes to my barriers of these wooden walls. But I do quite like to cover up some of them with rocks and shrubbery, just so that they just don't stick out like a sore thumb. And I think right at the end you'll see that I do that with the back wall by the door for the staff to come in. But as much as I say I love it now, for all I know, next time you come on, it will be different. Because I've spruced it up a little bit, just changed it, and sorted out the mistakes that I do spot afterwards. But dropping this now down was a blessing, but I kind of wish you could drop it down more. Mainly for the fact that I had to hide the fences, but then one of my rocks was just too high and you couldn't really see out, and I think I did change it later on, but for the time being, whilst I am sorting this all out, I just didn't notice it. But hopefully the guests aren't fully bothered. But yeah, this game, just so beautiful. Now, I'm just gonna leave this here now and let you guys just finish off watching the speed build. Just because it's quite fun to watch and you can just see how I think for the last couple minutes. So I'll come back to you guys when it's all over. Bye! Well, there we go. That's the lion pen done. And I'm actually really happy with how this has turned out, considering it's my first pen of this zoo. I just absolutely love this walkway for them to come see the animals, and they have plenty of space. I am thinking of maybe potentially adding some more to this as my zoo grows, but for now, I think this is just right, really. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Bloodworth Zoo. Bye, guys!